And your donation. I hope and your donations. Thanks, somebody. Where's the train? Ups, can you find the train? I can't find the train. There's too many brandings loaded. We've overloaded There it is. I've been wanting to record a skit that I haven't done, so I'm going to perform it as a rehearsal now. It goes like this. Whoa! You know, because if we accentuate what's going on our insides when we're experiencing the deep psychological programming, it's comical. Programming. It's comical.
Deep psychological programming.
Yeah, it's supernormal stimuli. You're familiar as a person in academia with the concept, right?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, stimuli, and us being us scientist folks, we can Beauregard strawberry it down into the essence of the stimuli, and that's super normal. Like you have to have resistance to mind control to not be suckered into it. And
Yeah. No, that makes me think of like these ash line surveys where it's like if you get people together in a group and they you can get people to say that two lines that are clearly a very different length are the same length because this need.
They'd rather not be an outcast.
Don't want to be an outcast. That's it. That's a real thing. It's a beautiful space. I think people are really full of heart and full of hope, which I think is unusual in the United States right now. And they're coming together in a way that, I mean, I'm giving away the plot here, but people are coming together here in a way that they don't come together almost anywhere else. And then they're finding ways to come together in real life too. I think it's huge. I think it's transformative. I think it's going to change the world. I'm on a soapbox now. I don't know.
Well, that was great. That was Clara and Buddy. Show on that beautiful note. Held together by hope and your donations. Aw, welcome to another spontaneous remission brought to you by the Grim Grit Stream. This is verily, merrily another spontaneous remission, and it's a very, very special stream for you. Not only do we have the special guest of Sylvia right down there. I don't know if you can. Sylvia. Psst. Hey, this is her. That's her head And then we got kayfabe and what? No, hey, quit showing everybody everything. He's back there. Where are you? You're like so small. You're so small. Okay. Anyway, it's very special, and it could be, and the reason Sylvia is a special guest more than anything, she likes to stay outside. But we could have rainwater coming through the exhaust fan as well. Very special episode. I have a card. There's things on it. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. There's savings throws. There's cards. There's cats. There's coffee. There's branding. Hey, what do you know? Let's see if we can play a branding and do some savings. Hey, shh over there. Shh over there. I was on the phone. What? Well, a big thank you to Shadow CABAL members Mark Parker and Afriel for the donations toward me making it to the Pacific Northwestuary, which is a tab not yet loaded. Here's some savings throws in case the power goes. As you know, you get to pick between survival, social, wisdom, watch your heads, Sylvia, or heart, The die you chose rolls over 10. You've made your savings throw and take half damage from the mind control. And if the stream allows, it's going to be some pretty strong ones tonight. Survival, social, wisdom, or heart. Choose. And a +3 for anyone who stuck through the power outage there. How's that? Survivalists with said +3 is 20. You got 17, prime 17 on the die. Socialist, you need it. That's a 6 for you. You're going to need the bonuses. +2 for the Hive Mind chat. Wisdom, folks, with a strong, not so much 5. 5 tonight on your savings throws. Hearts, folks, doubling up the 7 chakras for a 14 in the heart departments. Indigo kids, one more on each of that doubling makes you a 16. 16. No. If you came back after it was live again, you still get the +2 for the chatting in the Hive Mind. So thank you, Embody, for everything. We all know that there is no agency any living gent can see doing what is right for me. Just lifting up my bro so he can grow some eyes to see that doing what is right for me increases all our agency. And now from this mystical place. Oh, wait. No, you guys were playing a fun game. Let's see. Let's do the math on that. Okay, let's see. What do we do? Do you have it as a not background? No. Wait, kind of. You have this. Look at this. Here it is. Now, the Broken Clock Tower Discord is the building on the right. The building on the left is the Lobster Monkey Lighthouse, which is currently incarnated as the Reaper's Hall. But one day it's going to be its own Lobster Monkey Lighthouse. This thing down here in the center is the Fringe Nexus Cafe itself, the and all of this here through the water, the whole shoreline there with that little kid that's not a fire hydrant over there. That's the Metanoia Marina. The Metanoia Marina. And this is the Dreamcatcher of Optimal Grip.
It's a whisper in your ear, now listen here. Remember, Embody, it's all so clear. No hidden strings, no puppeteer. We're by your side, have no fear. I cherish truth. I cherish truth. Remember, Embody, there is no agency. We want what's best for you.
Here's a bonus comment. Thank you, Furry David. Furry David says, well, this is a very, verily, merrily stream. Another spontaneous remission. Furry David says, Grizz, we talked Nephilim yesterday. Might be right up your alley, and that's the sort of work that's supposed to be going on in the Lobster Monkey Lighthouse over there, in the Reaper's Hall and such. Little pieces of it could have been brought to us from the clipstream. See, we have all these fancy, long, billion-hour TLC conversations, but no, I've yet to find maybe two have been reaped out of all of them. I mean, we're supposed to be gathering the good stuff. The only good stuff I've found in the clipstream lately was the upvoted this one. This one. I think Afriel brought this to it. Yes, it's an Afriel one. Here.
Many people abandon their goals when they don't see a clear path to achieving them. But that's not us. We will find a non-obvious path and push the limits of what's possible.
Yes, that's not us. That's not us. Remember it.
This agency. We want to walk
Life is but a dream. Okay, and now for some reason it doesn't make all that sense to me, because in my personal research, I've found that just having the guy on your show and putting his name in the title does great for your views. But Karen.
Hello, everybody. This is Karen at The Meaning Code, where we explore the structures of the universe to discover the metaphors that uncover the hidden reality.
Has asked for our attention.
Oh, shoot, where was I going with this? Attention.
On her recent release today of Schindler and Hall. Here's a part.
And meaningfulness. And we can use the film as an example. And it has to do with the distinction between what my friend Forrest Landry calls symmetry and continuity. Or if we want to make it a little bit more legible, we could say the analytic and the synthetic, or the apart and the whole. Mm-hmm. That meaning requires continuity. Mm-hmm. Now, if you imagine a film, what we notice is that we don't actually experience the frames as frames. Right. We experience a whole moment that is present as a phenomenological event, and then.
Okay, this is the another spontaneous remission stream, verily merrily, and now we'll do a blue church deck card of the show. Something that was once merely a hyper object is on its way to manifesting, and I'm going to tell you about that right after I tell you the blue church card of the show is the 8 of hearts. Crazy eights. What? Oh, what's this? This is too large. Just scroll it. There it is. This is The Writers of Meaning is a book. What if you have questions?
About why did we create this book? What is this book about? Who are we? Where can you get Writers of Meaning? How do you contact us? Good questions. Why did we create this book? This book was created for community, by community, and about community. We wanted to do something worthwhile as a project to facilitate our community working together for a common goal. And we're happy and proud to have created Writers of Meaning, an anthology on community.
Leave the link to that in the description after the stream. You can find all the fascinating stuff that we're very excited. The apparently the physical manifestation is a mere 16 days away. Boop. And then this is an unpleasant the part of the show coming up is a little unpleasant. Thanks to the Shadow Cabal for making this all possible. Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal. So say we all.
What makes you assume that I'm not about to feed you all to the crocodiles? What makes you assume that I'm not about to feed you all to the crocodile? What makes you assume that I'm not about to feed you all to the crocodile?
That's very exciting.
Hello. I see the assassins have failed.
Well, Clint D, if you meant that lady, that's Valerie. She's on the Discord. You can bother her there, but the link will be in the description. Now for the unpleasant part of the show. You see, I don't think I have to tell any of you. I have a lot of love for one Jonathan Dumire, and he put out a new video today, and I was excited to watch it, and then this happened, and then, no, not that, and then this happened, and then this happened.
Great. And what does that mean? Is that the essence of something has its root in reality? You know, we don't. Even when we imagine something, let's say I have some.
And I just couldn't do it, man. I don't know why you have this ASMR podcasting voice thing going on, but this is what it's supposed to sound like when we listen to a video. All right, wait, share tab instead. And now do
it up being, as it happened, he was chucked out of the Navy because he'd lied about his age. But that 16-year-old boy called Tommy changed the course of human history for the good. Now, tell me it wouldn't be better as a society, instead of telling people to wallow in grievance and anger and bitterness, to say, you know, it actually doesn't matter where you come from. If you have it in you, you could be a world historical figure as well and improve things demonstrably for the better with your life.
But no, I'm stuck in my grievances because I want to understand what Dumire is saying, but it's in this voice here.
A new idea. I'm going to create a business, and in this business we will sell cupcakes, and on these cupcakes there will be.
I think I'm hearing him say something about cupcakes. I don't know. But please, Dumire, make it louder. Make it louder. And now. LARP! We have the ability to LARP and LARP hard. LARP! We have the ability to LARP and LARP hard. That was a McMo one, I think. I believe that was a McMo masterpiece. I think that was his stylistic impression, signature thereof. Okay. All right, and next up, I actually did a little reaping myself. I started it as a thread. I was thinking about looming a whole distillate, but I think just running these 4 little reapings and letting you watch the whole thing for yourself is the way to go. It's from that Mike, the Jobs guy, the jobs guy. See, watch.
Most veterans are willing to die for their country, but they have no idea how to live for it. And it's hard to know how to live for a country that's tearing itself apart along every imaginable line, from race to religion to socioeconomic. I'm not doom and gloom, but I am a believer in the first special operations imperative, which is know your operational environment all the time. And the second that you take your eye off the ball, that's when it kicks you in the butt. So I do think that leaders are going to have to be more aware of these challenges of churn than we've ever been in our life. We have to realize that what we're up against is not what our parents faced. It's not what our grandparents faced. This is a pretty insidious threat that we're facing, and that's dividing us. And we've almost got to get back to our human nature. We've got to get back to what makes us uniquely human and fight for that.
The name of the book this optimist you're listening to has written is called No One Is Coming to Save You.
Not doom and gloom. I've only got a few minutes here.
Damn it, that didn't work. Oh, no. These pesky sons of air.
If he's going to dispatch you or not, as you ask to live in his village, and you've got to connect with this guy, and you got to do it fast, and you have to build a relationship with this guy where ultimately he'll go up on a rooftop and fight alongside you. And that's where I come from in this thing. And I've seen it. I saw these amazing NCOs, Mike, these sergeants over and over do this. These guys it would be so easy to draw down on somebody, but instead they would find a way to build a relationship with this illiterate farmer and find a way to connect with this guy. And over time, fight alongside this guy in a way that they are crying when he gets on a helicopter to leave, and I believe that is a model that's possible for leaders here at home or going.
Yeah, you'd cry when the guy that was really good with the gun, with the big guns, was leaving. That makes sense. But
last thing I'll say on this is, you asked me how. Understanding the human operating system, understanding that as humans, we are ancient brains trying to make sense of a modern world. And the more we understand about how the human brain takes action around social activity and storytelling and meaning, that's how you move people to action.
I think the truth that we can hold is that's methodical truth. That's the truth that can be generated from a method. I think the truth that you're pointing to, the truth that seeks unity and seeks to be one with and participate in, which you're, I think, rightly talking about as love. And of course, relevance realization always involves caring. And I won't repeat that argument. I think that's all correct. But for example, all of those sort of dimensions, interpretation, inspiration, intuition, insight, right? Each one of those has in it exactly what you said. It has love, there's a leap in it. And there's a love of something that is not, so there's almost something like a bit of a Pauline notion of faith. There's a love of something that is not yet fully disclosed, right? Each one of those, and see, and that's that's the daemonic, that's the metaxu, that's the in-betweenness, right? And it's weird because like Hermes or Thoth or Hanuman or Michael, that's the locus of they're in that weird place where there's an other that's me in self-transcendence. And it's a way in which I'm loving a self I'm not yet, but it's not egocentric because I'm loving a self that is in more conformity to what is real. So I'm also loving through that future self what is more real, right?
And more you.
Well, that's the thing. It's simultaneously other than I am now. So it's all about L.A. Paul's the problem, the paradox of transformative experience, or Galen's. If it's other than the self, it can't be self transcendence, and if it's real and if it's from the self, it's just growth. It's not transcendence. And no, that's the thing. It's dialogical, right? There's an other that is me, right? That takes me to be an other that I am now, that turns out to be more me, but is more me because it's that person is participating more in reality.
Hi, everybody. Welcome.
Remember, embody, there is no agency. We want what's best for you.
Wow, it's good to know I'm on a fabulous TV with Paul Renee Nichols and family. That's excellent. Welcome. This is the Verily Merrily stream, another spontaneous remission, and we're getting into that now. It's based on well, actually, this is probably the most appropriate time to
the list. Yes, any of the first level ones.
I'm gonna get a soda. Anyone want one? Hey, Graham, I'm not in the room, right?
What room? I want to cast magic missile.
The room where he's casting all these spells from.
He hasn't cast anything yet. I am, though, if you'd listen. I'm casting magic missile. Why are you casting magic missile? There's nothing to attack here. I'm attacking the darkness.
In case you don't know, Sylvia has absolutely no respect. No respect. All right. All right. Agency deck, card of the show. The Queen of Clubs. The Queen of Clubs. I wonder. So Byrne went into the social contagion thing, and we'll be playing off of that. Here's a highlight.
Ways to use our. Once we can detach the labels from ourselves and find ways to use our free will again. Okay. That's what was on my mind. Read this book. You can find a cheap copy of this. It's like $19 new paperback, but hey, I bought this for about $3-4.
All right, I completely flubbed that. I'm going to run some branding to wash it out of your mind, and we're going to do it over. Okay?
So say we all. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Ho, ho, ho.
And I think that's how our social contagions work. We think we are, we are product of our cages. We think that we are prisoners. And yet we've got a lot more choice than we think we do. Once we can detach the labels from ourselves. And
that's the kind of point I want. Yeah, Sylvia, come on, man. Come on. Just settle somewhere. Okay. That's the part. Essentially, he goes over how like there used to be this thing called hysteria But more importantly, there used to be this thing called homesickness, and the notion of homesickness existed as a thing that would kill people, and then people died from it. And similarly, and verily, it seems to me that, as far as I can tell, this universe seems to operate on 90% physics and 10% faith. And so if you hear about a thing and then you believe it exists and you hold that in your mind, it influences whether or not that thing exists in reality. Somehow, in some ways, we don't fashion. And the only reason I think this might be the case is because God came into a person, and that person said, "Verily, verily, I say unto you, if you had but the faith of a mustard seed, you could command that mountain to move." And so it just seems that perhaps that's if you have conscious faith in a thing, but you probably have all sorts of faith in things that you just heard, or rumors and whatnot, like aliens or whatever, and that might make it potentially exist really. But I have also the counter argument right after this.
I'm not a cat.
And so in the way I do what I've done with the title of this stream, and why this stream is called Another Spontaneous Remission, is because if the theory we're operating on, more people that see the title, even if they don't click on this video, they see Another Spontaneous Remission, and it sows the seed that there's spontaneous remissions going on in the world around them, and they can put their shadow faith right in that, as far as I'm concerned.
Here they come. Never know, I'll never die. I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
And now, casino deck card of the show is the 8 of clubs. I'm going to club you with the counter argument. The things that seem to exist, whether or not you put shadow faith into them, is brought to you by this character, which I'm sure has to work for some agency. Some age, 5820. He has to work for some agency, but check out this intro he has targeted directly at me.
Greetings, fellow time travelers. Get ready to be charmed, challenged, and inspired by my next excellent guest. But before we get started, just a quick reminder to check out my patreon.com site.
Your funds you send to him will be used to monitor his off-platform activity. I mean, you got to save against the accent. He sets it up that you're going to be charmed and whatnot. This is magic. But here's the... Now I have to give you a little disclaimer. There's this person. The person that's about to be on the screen goes by the name of Whitney Webb. And from my truther days, I have a very sour taste in my mouth from the last name Webb. And so I immediately do not trust her. However, the perspective she provides heretofore in this video is really, I think, the fundamental underlying threat of AI. And I think you'll enjoy it.
It appears the assassins have failed.
Cold-blooded, premeditated way that I do wonder at the extent to which we have unconsciously, inadvertently created an ecosystem on planet Earth in which thrives and rises to the top a parasitic, psychopathic class that is, apart from money and power, is motivated by just, I don't know, some kind of fear of fellow humankind. And a shared conviction that they would do better if they had to look at many, many fewer of us.
Yeah, I think that's part of.
That was mainly for you to enjoy his accent. Now here's all the payload.
but I think that, this eugenics ideology that you point out is making a comeback has its antecedents in a lot of these groups in elite Britain in the early 20th century and also late 19th century and also in the United States, and they sort of came together. But a lot of influential people were members of those. So, for example, the science fiction author H.G. Wells was one of these prominent eugenicists of that era, and he wrote and stated things like, eventually when this eugenic stuff comes to fruition, the human species is going to split, and you're going to have the elite who are intelligent, tall, and attractive, and then the lower class is going to be these squat like goblins who are intellectually stunted and cognitively incapable of doing what they can do now, and they eat bugs. What do you know?
Yeah.
And it seems like they've been
Oh, there's so much more, but come on, right? Okay. This no, that's no. This one. This is, as you can see, I haven't used an AI. What you call it for this thumbnail, verily merrily, and this is probably why.
been sort of leading us on this path, and I don't think it's so much that they're anti-human. They're well, it is anti-human in the sense that they're not anti-human in the sense about when it's applied to themselves and other elites, but people that aren't part of their club, they view as, worse than dirt. And so the idea is to sort of shape people to become what their twisted vision of the lower classes is, to actually become that, like, physically and mentally and emotionally. And we're being manipulated into that, unfortunately. And so this explosion of, efforts to sort of, genetically manipulate us and mentally manipulate us with AI, which is reaching unprecedented levels. And Henry Kissinger and Eric Schmidt say on their book on AI that the end result of AI is going to be the people that are dependent on it for algorithms are going to become cognitively diminished to the point that they can't live without AI. And there will be a splitting of the species, just like H.G. Wells says, into the people who are capable of understanding AI and the people who are not capable. And the people who are capable of understanding it are the people that program and develop AI, or who.
Being, if you see a person with a smartphone and only one of them is smart, which one, and that's sort of it. Like, perhaps there needs, and frankly, this guy, he's okay. All right. Well, there's this other thing, like recently, last 12 hours, the new Grok AI, whatever, is basically the AI flux that's already out there, but they took off all the the things that tamp it down and make it tame, and so it's all of this, and with the AI writing code and everything, it's like, okay, well, you guys can do that. I'll Luddite my way out, perhaps, but. As you know, if there was a thing called the mark of the beast, which you could not buy or sell, and the guy who's masquerading around in his Devil's Champion outfit, as I'll happily remind us all, Remember, he changed it back, but that was for a day. But when he changed it back, it was still to the Devil's Champion, just without the American flag. And he's the Devil's Champion, and he's spoken publicly that he wants to turn X into WeChat. And if you haven't heard of what WeChat is, it's this Chinese thing over there. It says, let's see, or Wix in Chinese is a micro messaging, instant social media and payment app. And so, with the collapse of the dollar, can't buy or sell. Man, I just that's more taking the mark than I'm comfortable with at this point. So I'll probably be toning down my usage and not paying for it. But okay, so there. But verily I say unto you that if this is a horror planet where humans are being farmed by at least the elite, if not extra dimensional entities for their suffering, that merrily is definitely how you should proceed through life, even despite all of your adversities, because then you starve the bastards. And maybe that causes another spontaneous remission. Bless you all. Bless you all. It's all right. Fair damn point, you troll. What? Okay, fine. You want it? I'll give it to you. Jesus makes people fishers of men, right? Right? Well, how would you go about separating the wheat from the chaff? And wouldn't you like to make, if you were separating the wheat from the chaff and maybe you scored points for the more chaff there was, then wouldn't you want to be a fisher of the bestial nature of man, given the four phrases of the God mask? Yeah. So there are fishers of beasts, and they fish the beasts that you're supposed to swallow. And that's all the delivery you're getting. Thank you very much, Embody Art. Okay.